trust these. I'm in hustle and grab it. I'm nothing like them. I put paper over pleasure. I used to want to imp, now I got several. If it's about money, then you know it's whatever. If it's about money.
Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. On the return, Tank Bigsby. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jackson, first play, going to throw. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10. Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He'll get that complete to the rookie from Arkansas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll run on 1st down with Wright. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Jackson going to change things up a bit. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. And he stopped immediately there. 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Bills will move the chains. They'll run with Cook. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Brings up second and goal.
Now they'll change things up. They try again with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Allen. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Jackson now. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Gain of 11 brings up third and 4.
Now it's Jackson. Into the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A give up the middle to right. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Throwing is Jackson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Landon Jackson in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. But certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on fourth down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Wright. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Dolphins at 8-4 now in the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
To throw is Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 23, here's 2nd and a couple. They'll work the middle here with Wright. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night, 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they'd never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Allen in the offense staying put. They'll go for it on fourth.
Middle. 56.
Now Allen. He'll try to do it himself. Going right side here, and that's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Jackson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
All right, partner, deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That let the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Hey, tight. Brown in it. Middle. Alert. Regular.
Allen going to throw. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 69 yards. And the Bills have regained the lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Jackson. Wright's got it. Pushing his way through. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
The option right is Jackson. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Jackson to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Looking long for Thomas. That is incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play here for Buffalo. 56 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big, big yardage.
Cook is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They'll come out in the pistol.
Brown 80.
And this is caught for the Bills touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Bills had 6 to their lead. Pass on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. That's some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
At the Bills' 40-yard line.
Going quickly here to Thomas. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
Now it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Alert, alert, alert.
Here's Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Half 85, half 52, out. 56, 56.
Now Allen. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, these two teams met earlier in the year in Buffalo with the Bills winning that ball game. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami.
Middle. Alert! Alert! Regular. Hey, home. What's up?
Give to Cook out of the gun.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Half. 5 wide. Ready? Go.
They run it again with Cook. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
37-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Allen now looks to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Half 85. Monday. Alert! What's that?
Throwing now is Allen. He'll try and do this himself. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The kick by Bass is good. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. After the interception, here's Jackson. And he fires one incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's right. And brought down the move before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Dolphins first down.
They'll run out of the gun with Wright. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Wright. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Dolphins take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will get him one closer.
Dolphins 14. Jason Sanders.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. From the 24 now, here's a second down and 9. To throw, it's Allen. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They do go for it. Here's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. For a real head-scratcher there. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. On to give. This is Wright. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Now Jackson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
180. Sit on.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Dolphins are back within a couple of the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
180. Ready, shot. 180. Ready, shot.
Jackson here is going to look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Third quarter of a 2-point game. A good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. To the air. Allen. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
On the ground with Bigsby who started to drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. Big strides, look at him go. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
DC, ready? DC.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now a give, running left is right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Wright, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Dolphins have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 5. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me,
and Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Jackson now. He's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards on the play.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now it's Jackson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We changed it.
Back to throw. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Go ahead.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
On first and 10, it's Bigsby. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On the handoff, it's Wright. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is third and goal. Throwing is Jackson. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now they can't bring him down. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Here's Allen to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
That's another Bills first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Allen. Now he'll tuck this and run. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loved to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Second down and 8. To throw is Jackson. Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Medina. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Now a handoff to Bigsby. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's Jackson. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try to loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
We'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll try and run for this with Wright. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 52 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Wright. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 12-yard line.
Whoa. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now 2nd and 5.
Yo.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Right. is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Wright with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 27-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10.
Alert, alert, alert!
Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. But he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Here's 1st down.
Alert! On 52. Hey, tight.
To throw is Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So here we go, 45 seconds left, and things have boiled down to this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Dolphins,
like yellow on leaves, ball like an all-white shirt, no sleeves. Tell her, put it like me, blowing a coffee, he's asleep. You weak, chic, the web look at the boots, fleet, headache. Got a hook till she give me a headache. Send me a text, I ain't reading no essay. Fall back here, get back. Fall back here, get back. I know so long as she get really Listen, I don't mean to call you up, cause I don't know that. And if I never call you again, that mean you throw back. We only met once, but we go back, way back. Now we on track, but you can never ever be my man. You a whole snap, you said it on your IG page. I ain't say that, like say that, lay back. In the back of the Maybach, play that. You see J that, I be in the streets like a straight rat. I will never be with a ring, cause he ain't finna take half. I be on my kid, one girl, one side, in a dope. Sending me a text like she misses. The only way she getting back in it.